everyone. That was so beautiful to hear. How's it going? Happy week, everybody. Welcome to
Happy
ABCD. I'd like
week.
to introduce you to the. What are some more evergreen statements that we
Yeah,
can do?
exactly.
Welcome to
How's it going
podcast.
to no one that can respond? And then, how's your week?
Hey, name.
You're
Happy
killing it.
birthday when it was. Folks, I want to welcome you all I want to introduce the co-host this week. He's the one who waits in line at Hall H for hours upon hours just to go up to the microphone and say, well, I have a project coming out this this week on Kickstarter. And this is less of a question and more of a reference to my project. It's Sandeep Parikh.
That's amazing. The guy who goes up to self promo during the Hall H. Oh my gosh, amazing. That's so good. And yes, of course, let me introduce our host this week. A man whose name that I would have autographed, a tattoo of his autograph, just directly across my, like where my mustache is. That's where I want it.
Oh.
Like Omar Najam, right across my mustache area. Omar Najam. There he is. That wasn't as good. That wasn't as funny as an intro. But if you're wondering why we're talking about autographs.
Yeah, why are we talking about autographs? Wow. Hello.
And Hall H.
Mm-hmm.
It's because this episode's all about conventions, and
That's
it's convention
right,
season,
folks.
baby.
It's convention season, and we're going to be getting into it because this is our show, ABCD, American Born Chatty Desis, which is a podcast within a live stream within our lives as two American Born Desis. It's a pod duckin'. This is for anyone out there who, like us, is navigating your cultural identity and you just want to chat about it.
Yeah, so on tap for today, like I said, hey, it's convention season. We're going to do a chakra check-in talking about that. Both Omar and I, well-versed in the convention world. It's the season for the fan expos, the Comic-Cons, the mass nerd gatherings everywhere. So we're going to give you our perspective from the other side of the table. And then right after that, we're going to play a game called Real or Fake. With conventions. Like there's so many conventions in the world. There's all sorts of crazy ones. And so Delvin's going to list off some real or fake ones, and Elmer and I have to guess. And then whoever wins that is going to take over as host next week. And then finally wrap everything up with Desi of the Week, and then we're out of here.
My goodness. But folks, before we do that, we got to talk about our sponsors real quick. We got two sponsors. Our first one is DesiQuest. That's right. This is an actual play TTRPG set in a South Asian mythology-inspired universe built by Star GM, an incredible human being, Jasmine, that Bronze Buller, with a stellar cast that includes Critical Role darling Anjali Bhamani, Dimension 20 darling Rick Shankar, and two more darlings, Sandeep and me. Just two little scrubs. And I just really want to quickly say I'm here at Origins Con, and I'm actually sporting the DesiQuest shirt today.
Yes, you sure are.
Podcast, imagine
Sexy.
the shirt, because I'm wearing it.
We do have, this shirt. I just love this shirt.
It's such a good shirt. It's
big fan.
Shirt. And I had a bunch of folks come up to me.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, please. and say that how excited they were about DesiQuest here at the convention. They were like, I can't wait for it to come out.
They just know that you're in it. They didn't know the shirt, though. Were you like, and then look at the shirt?
I had my face fully covered.
Okay. Yeah. You weren't spotted for the shirt. You were spotted for your face. All right. We'll do better with the branding.
I had the face fully covered. It was all shirt.
Okay. All right.
Pants also blurred out. Shoes blurred out.
For those listening, the shirt is cool. It's a D20 with like a mandala sort of desi design around it, which is pretty magical. So we're loving the shirt. So, you can get it anywhere, or you can just go to a random convention and see a pantless and masked Omar wearing it. So those are your options.
Blurred out pants. I was wearing pants. They were just blurred out. Thank you very much. I mean, it was skin tone, so it's a little tricky. Anyway, if you want to get more information about the show and hop on our mailing list for stuff like, like trailers, character announcements, mini reveals, head over to DesiQuest.com, DesiQuest.com, or click on the link in the show notes.
Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, we're gonna have a brand new updated website coming out soon. So things are all happening, and the teaser trailer is coming out soon. Oh, it's very exciting, very exciting.
Yes.
Now for our second sponsor, that's you guys. It's you guys.
What?
Because the Patreon keeps the lights on. So for those of you who have already donated to the Patreon, thank you so much for helping us make this show happen. And for those of you interested in supporting us, then please head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/EffinFunny. We got a bunch of tiers for whatever contribution level that you might be comfortable with. We got random benefits that match those tiers, including my favorite one, which is your name listed in the credits of the show, which we sing at the end of every single show. So that's always pretty fun. So support a couple of Desis in the creative arts and help us keep the lights on. I already said that, but we have to
Do it twice.
we do it twice. Again, that's patreon.com/EffinFunny.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, what do you say we start the show?
Okay.
No, you're right. We can wait. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, let's begrudgingly head over to the Chucker check-in.
What was everything else we were doing? Was that not the show?
Okay, Mr. Ontology over here. So today we are talking about conventions, cons, expos, all types of fandom-related and nerdy events, because it's the season. Tis the season for getting together, going to panels, and trying to collect your favorite comics.
Yes, and not getting the nerdfluenza, or the con
Which is
crud.
tough. Or in many instances, COVID. So how many years have you been well versed in conventions, Sandeep?
So the conventions for the guild, I think it was 2009 was our first Comic-Con, and then it became this like flurry where suddenly for us, we didn't like make much money on the guild. Like I think our pay rate was like $500 a day for shooting or something. It was like very low, barely able to. And I don't even know that I can't remember if we were. I think it helped us get into SAG-AFTRA. I can't remember. I don't even know if we made health insurance from it. So how we had to support ourselves was doing cons, where suddenly there was interest in us, and we had Erin Gray was our convention agent, and she just started getting out to all these conventions, and I was doing like 12 or so a year or something. I feel like maybe that's high. I don't even. It's all a blur. But I was high for sure. We did a bunch of these conventions. They were so fun. I went all over the world for them. It was incredible. It was, England, the other countries that I can't think of right now. Why? Because my brain's fried. Australia, New Zealand, England, and then all over the country. Canada, obviously.
Commonwealth.
It was phenomenal experience just getting to visit the world this way and drop into the joy of nerddom. It was wild
took you around the world.
Times. Yeah, it did.
Literally around the world.
Yeah, I got invited to one in the Czech Republic, and to this day, I wish I had just gone.
That would have been good.
Yeah, I just remember I think it just was timing or something like that. It didn't work out, but they were like big Legend of Neil fans over there, and so I was like, like a convention in the Czech Republic that's all about the Legend of Neil would have been so cool. Not the convention was all about it, but just like that's why they wanted me out there. Wasn't just the guild, like that was cool. So yeah, I and then kind of got burned out on them, to be honest. After doing like 8 years, probably like 6, it averaged to like 6 a year kind of thing. So, some higher, some lower, and then like you're just like, wow, this is a lot. So
yeah,
haven't done them since, but I'm going back to Gen Con for honestly the first con since the pandemic. Is my first con since the pandemic, so that'll be.
When you're working conventions, do you like to just only pop in for your appearance and then hide in the hotel or the restaurant, or do you mingle? Do you go shopping?
This is probably why I burned out. is because I like to convention hard. I like to go
Yes.
to the parties. I like to hang out super late every night, meet people,
Mm-hmm.
um, and go to like room party. I mean, this is also before I was a dad, so
Mm-hmm.
it was just yeah, I liked all of it. So I was I really wore myself down at these conventions because it was so fun. It was so fun. Like, cause like, especially from the perspective of a guest, like you're kind of, it's like you're it's like this like summer camp vibe where all of a sudden,
Yeah.
especially when you go abroad, you're like, it's like you, Aaron Douglas, and like, some random person from another sci-fi show or something, and you're like, it's just the three of us that are like, let's hang out, guys, and you just become like best friends with Aaron Douglas for for a weekend as you just get hammered together. So that happened a lot with a lot of like cool celebrities that I was like, I had looked up to. So that was really
Mm-hmm.
fun. So I didn't want to pass up an opportunity to like, do shots with Nicholas Brendan or whatever. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get drunk with Xander. Like that's what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then later he did my show, Real Housewives of Horror. So that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, so it's like it's this great opportunity to sort of network, but also just have a blast. And yeah, so I think I went a little too hard. I think now being a dad, I think I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna go to bed at 9. Thanks everybody. See you tomorrow. But you, Omar, switching the spotlight over to you,
Oh
you
God.
are like at a convention right now as we speak. You
Mm-hmm.
might notice that his microphone is a laptop microphone because you are in Columbus, Ohio at Origins Con right now. Is that
That's
right?
right. The Origins Game Festival. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's your experience? Like this is like to me, I haven't been in the con game for a while. You've been in it. Like your star is rising. So I feel like you've done a bunch of these, right?
It's been well. Here's the thing: is I grew up as a convention rat, where like WonderCon used to be held in San
Oh,
Francisco, and so
WonderCon. Yeah.
my friends and I would take the bus to a train to another bus to the Moscone Convention Center. And the thing is, when you're a kid, you can take $20 to a convention and get 40 Uncanny X-Men comics, and we
Mm-hmm.
just lived like kings. We were like
Right.
royalty on the train on the way back because we were just so proud of the 50-cent comics, 25-cent comics that we found. It was a yard sale, but with the best thing. And we came back with stories and adventures, and we had goals to go look for things and see who could collect the most of something. And so for me, it's home turf to a certain extent because I've been going to conventions pretty much as a kid as a collector.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Um,
Like I only went to like one or two before the guild. I went to like
mhm.
a couple Comic Cons. That was my only exposure to conventions, and I had a blast. But how does it feel now, kind of shifting to the other side of the table, so to speak, where you're like on, or now you're on the panels, and now you're presenting and doing D&D games and signing autographs and stuff like that. Is it kind of a
It's,
mind fuck,
in
or
my
what?
opinion,
Yeah.
it's the best. Oh, to me, because like for me, it's not so much like, oh, it's us. I was just talking to my very good friend Serena Marie today about this because we're both here at Origins, about how it doesn't feel like personal in a way because I've been a part of this. It just feels like that wheel turning. And I'm very honored that people would consider me a part of that and I would get to contribute to then other folks who go to conventions and get to have adventures and chase a picture or an autograph or something or a conversation or say something. To me, that's just all part of the culture. And so to me, it feels very, I feel like I'm making good and paying back into an environment that I got so much of and so much out of when I was growing up and through my formative years. And so it's great. But also, I'm still just like, I'll see, like, I don't know, Jerry Ryan or someone walk by and I'll have a meltdown and be like, oh my God. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So it's tight. Like for me, I'm just like I still get to be a normal civilian. Like there is no like people like there's not spaces that I'm like, oh no, I can't go here. This is great. To
Yeah,
me, it's
yeah.
it's wonderful because I
I
get the
bet
best of all
not
worlds.
for long. That's my gut. Mr. I'm
And
on Critical Role and stuff now. I feel like
after
it's
your
gonna,
impending cancellation, you're not
yeah.
going to be allowed to walk onto an exhibition floor.
I think you're gonna just be mobbed by people that are like, "Get me." The reason why I introduced you with that kind of bumbling interview or intro about about getting a tattoo of your autograph is because
Hmm.
I distinctly remember at Comic Con, I think it was 2000. I want to say 2011, around that time.
Hmm.
Someone was like came through the guild line, which at that time it was at the peak of
Hmm.
our show. So it was a long ass line. They sat all the way through it. They got an autograph of everybody, but then they got
Hmm.
Felicia's autograph tattoo, or not. They got Felicia's autograph on their. I gave away the joke, but on their thigh,
Uh-huh.
or their calf, and then later in the or the next day or whatever, came back through the line, the long ass line again, and was like, boom, put their foot on the table and was like, bam, I got that autograph tattooed on their body. So there's someone
That's
walking around with
wild.
Felicia's, name tattooed on their
I mean,
leg.
it's a great signature.
It's a strong signature. It
I
starts with the letter
understand.
L because her real first name's not Felicia. But so uh, people are like, what? That looks like a forgery. But then I remember, and then he was like talking. He was talking about how he's getting engaged soon, and we are all like, you just got another woman's name tattooed to your leg. um,
I love nerds so
Crazy.
much.
So I think that's going to
What's
be
yeah,
someday people walking around with their Omar Najam tattoos at some
my
point.
God. Well, if I can become a tattoo artist, I'll exclusively just do that
Yeah.
for the short run of. But what's wild is that you were someone that like my friends and I used to like be like, oh my God, he's gonna be at Golden Apple for free comic book day. And we would like rush over and be like, can you sign our free comic book day comic? So
Um,
it's
wow,
just
that's so
wild, man.
lovely. I remember that Golden Apple signing.
Yeah. A
That
Jeep ran
was
into a
fun.
wall that year. Do you remember that?
What's that?
Anyway, this is
No, wait.
this
What was
is
that? Say it again. A Jeep
a
what?
Jeep ran into a wall
Did that happen at that signing?
at that signing because it was the last outdoor
I
signing that they were like, you can line up.
I
And they
think
were
I
like,
do.
after this, you can't line up.
Wow, you just like
I'm so sorry to
unearthed
take you back.
some like ancient, like dusty cobweb portion of my brain. That's so crazy. Okay, we'll talk about that later, or in therapy. Yeah,
So yeah,
it's
if you had to put any if you had to put any chakra to
oh yeah, let's do the thing. Right.
how you feel about conventions in general, what would you say?
I'm gonna I'm gonna go with the throat chakra, the Vishuddha chakra, because
Yes.
first of all, for a couple reasons. Obviously, you're talking the entire time, so it's constantly expression, communication,
Hmm.
and all that. But also, your throat gets wrecked. Uh,
Which is why
I
I sound
mean,
the way I do
I
right now.
always like had to be sipping on teas and stuff like that because it's
Hmm.
just you're just talking nonstop and drink, and also probably all the drinking didn't help
Yeah.
drying myself out. So yeah, I'm really interested in to see like how this next. I'm hoping with DesiQuest that we'll be able to go out to conventions a lot. Which, by the way, if you guys
Oh,
want us at
yes.
conventions, then please, go to DesiQuest.com, sign up for the mailing list and all that, or go to our link tree and just sign up for all the things so we can start showcasing that people want us there. And let us know which cons we should also go to
Yeah.
because I'd love to bring the cast out if we can and do some shows. Once I think you get a glimpse of our world of Ihar, you're gonna want us playing in it. So I'm excited to see kind of what this next evolution,
Hmm.
at least in my life, of convention going is going to be.
I love that.
But how about you? Where are you at on the chakras?
Well, since you said I was gonna go throat too, but since you said throat, I'm gonna go
Can't
ahead
copy
and
my answer. Yeah.
I can't copy your answer. I'll
Oh.
get in trouble. So I'm gonna go with heart because it to me is so, especially right now, so heartwarming to just interact with folks, especially when so much of our country and world is being torn apart and it's everyone's differences. To see folks come together, especially because I now do more gaming things than comic book stuff, to see people open board games, sit at tables with total strangers, and tell stories. That, and I'm not trying to get too sappy on a comedy podcast, but is it better? Does it get better than that in terms of just human to human connections of people just telling stories together? Isn't that the goal of all of this? So it's very inspiring to me. I love it.
For sure. Before we go, you got like a crazy convention moment or story or fan interaction?
Let me. I'm pause. You know, I'll say this, and if I'm outing, hmm, the
You could change
voice
the
actor.
names.
I don't think I can because it's gonna have to be about the. It's gonna have to.
Yeah, no,
The
don't
voice
please.
actor of the
By all
voice actor of
means.
SpongeBob was wandering through the Gaslamp district at
Of
FCCC.
of Bunge Gob. Yeah, yeah.
Of
Okay. Uh
SpongeBob,
huh.
thank
Right,
you.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as kind of a joke, that crew saw a guy with like a sandwich sign that was like just doing like spinning, like go to this restaurant, and then they were like, "Hey, go get a picture with him," and then and so and so
Tom Kenny.
the voice
Tom Kenny.
actors,
That's his name. Yeah.
yeah. And so the actor, well, the thing is, so the actor of SpongeBob goes and stands next to the guy and goes like, "Hey, I'm getting a picture with you," and without missing a single goddamn beat, the guy spinning a sandwich sign turns and goes, "You're Tom Kenny," and knew exactly who it was, and was just
Mm-hmm.
like, "You're the voice of SpongeBob," and just to see that entire group go, "Oh, we instantly got recognized. This joke is suddenly not that funny anymore," and then we're like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you, man. Oh, cool. Do you want a signature or something? Do you want a little SpongeBob drawing?" And just like they had like just like a little jokey, like we're gonna get a picture with this famous sandwich sign guy, and then instantly had to revert into professional mode. I just enjoyed that. I just really enjoyed that happening. And I stood there and I was like, where else would this happen?
Wait, so he
Like
was
where?
wearing a sandwich sign? Tom
So
Kenny
there was
was?
just no, there was just a
No.
guy.
Oh.
And the joke was, let's go get a picture with just a guy doing his job.
Oh,
And they're
gotcha.
like, let's go
Okay.
get a picture with this guy. And then the guy doing just his job, who was supposed to just be like, I'm confused, was not confused and was instant like, you're Tom Kenny. I'm
Oh, gotcha,
identifying you.
gotcha.
I know you
I
without
know who
him
you are.
even saying anything. And then they're like, and he's like, I am. Yeah, hey. So, and then took a step back. Like, we're not
Got
doing a
it, got
joke
it.
picture anymore. Hey, do you want a picture? And I thought that was hilarious. So,
Amazing.
how about you?
Um, okay, the one that comes to mind, there was a lot of fun, crazy stuff. The
Hmm.
the Aaron Douglas, Robin Thorson nights in England were really fun, but the
Hmm.
one like moment that I had that really kind of for me transcend like it was both I felt like wow how lucky am I and oh this is so cool like because I'm a part of a show I get this access but then at the same time uh I was just a complete dribbling puddle on the
Hmm.
floor of just like enamored by another guest. So we got to do these dinners with all of the people that were repped by Aaron Gray's company, Heroes for
Hmm.
Hire, and the dinner was like everyone from Battlestar Galactica. Like, and then I sat across from Edward James Olmos. I'm just like it was we were positioned in such a way that like if he didn't talk to me it would have been he would have had to work hard to not talk to me, you know what I mean? Like there was
Yes.
no way getting around like we are looking right at each other and we're kind of in this corner and so he had to find a way to make it okay. And but he was absolutely lovely. It was like me, Edward James Olmos, and I'm so sorry. There was another actress there who I know is famous. I cannot remember her name because all my my eyes were only for
Every James
EJO.
almost.
Uh, and she was sitting there, and we were like having all this conversation. And at one point, the actress goes, and she was like on some like pop like maybe Stargate Universe or like some really
Okay.
good sci-fi show that was big, and she goes, I haven't seen Battlestar yet. Like I haven't seen Battlestar, and then I just went into this whole like you have to see Battlestar, like you have to watch, like it's so good, it's so good, and I started talking about it, and I'm like, it's a show about hard choices, like it's more than just a sci-fi show, it's like a show about, and then after I said that, Edward James almost was like, yes, exactly, it's a show about, and then he starts geeking out about the show, and so the two of us are geeking out about Battlestar Galactica. Like it was like totally surreal where he's like he spoke about it as if he was just a fan and not the fucking main reason why the show is so great. And he was like, I can't remember that my memory isn't great, but like at the time I had just consumed, so I knew all the names and all the things, and so him and I were pinging back and forth, just gushing about the show. And she was like, "Okay, yeah, I guess I'll watch the show." And I'm like, "You're sitting next to Admiral Adama. Like, how dare you?" And anyway, so that was like such a great, amazing interaction. And so later in the convention, I was at the guild panel, and we got asked the question, who would you like, dream cast scenario, who would you love to be cast with on a show or something like that? And so I say Edward James Olmos, obviously, because I'm just buzzing off of this experience with him. And then like later still, I guess a bunch of the people in our panel went to his panel and told him that. And so then like I'm like signing and sitting at the guild table, and at one point I feel a heavy hand on my shoulder. Poof. And I look up, and it's Edward James Olmos standing behind me, and he goes, "Someday, you and I, Sandeep, we'll be in a show together. We'll be in a show together. Don't you worry." And I was like, "Okay." Like, I forgot the whole thing, so I was just like, "This is the weirdest." Like, okay, that sounds great. Like, I forgot the context for why that was happening.
Oh my God, yes.
And then he just walked away, and I swear he disappeared. Well, that's how it felt. Anyway, so I'm still waiting for that day that me and Edward James Olmos, just the buddy cops. Let's make that happen, people. Anyway, that's my crazy story.
Oh my God! All right,
and
well, speak. Yeah. To go
here's to many more crazy convention stories. I hope you all get to go out to your local Comic-Con. But for now, we're gonna jump into our second segment, which is called Real or Fake.
This guy's a great big phony.
There it is.
Nice. I like it. What's that from? Is that from something?
It's an old Family Guy soundbite.
Okay.
That's
nice.
Incredible. For this segment, we'll be trying to figure out whether or not these conventions are real or fake. And we promise our team has done their research, so we'll be just as surprised as all of you by these names. All right, Delvin, you want to take it away?
Yes. All right. So our first one up is Lin-Con. Lin-Con.
No.
AKA the Association of Lincoln Presenters.
No.
Lin-Con.
Lin-Con.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you love Honest Abe? Well, the Association of Lincoln Presenters honors our country's 16th president at this annual weekend-long convention. Taking place in Georgia's Blue Ridge Mountains, fellow admirers will come together to dress up as Lincoln and his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, for a weekend of Civil War tales and reenactments. Real or fake?
Okay. So I was just at Blue Ridge, Georgia. I was just there. I just drove through Blue Ridge, Georgia, and spent a couple nights there. And it feels exactly like the place that this would exist. I will just say that. Like, it makes so much sense to me. They have like an old-timey train that you like take to a different, a town or where you can stand on the border of Georgia and Tennessee, and like be in both states at once kind of thing. Like, it's very, I would not be surprised that this exists. So I'm going to go real.
No,
with Lin-Con.
I'm saying fake. I'm 100% saying fake.
Wow. Why? Why are you so confident? Because of the pun?
Because the dressing up and the pun doesn't quite work.
Okay, you're locked in. Sandeep, real, Omar, fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In reality, this is real. This is a real convention. It's been going on. It's been going on for decades now. And you can go back. They got all kinds of photos of all these people all across the country.
How many years? Delvin, how many years? 4
I think when I was looking back through images, which I didn't use because they were going to give it away too much, that a lot of people do this. So I didn't go with it because there's lots and lots of photos in it. But I was definitely over 10 years back as I was going through images and had to stop going, and there was more scroll down. So probably at least 15 years that this has been going. But yeah, this is an actual thing. They all get together. All these people that all professionally dress up as Lincoln or as Mary Todd Lincoln.
And it is Georgia, so they do one assassination a year. It's legal. It's fine. You know, they stand their ground and it's fine.
All right. Our next one up on the list is SharknadoCon. Join us at SharknadoCon, the most exhilarating fan event of the year. Immerse yourself in a world of shark-infested excitement as you rub shoulders with your favorite Sharknado stars, who will share exclusive stories and insights. Explore the vibrant Sharknado marketplace filled with an ocean of jaw-dropping merchandise. Dress to impress in your fiercest shark-themed costume and compete in the cosplay contest for fantastic prizes. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to be part of the Sharknado phenomenon.
Sorry, go ahead, Omar. Yeah.
100% true. This is
you think
so
it's 100%
real.
real? Okay.
100%.
I have a question. Sorry, in that description, did you say where it takes place?
The description here does not say where it takes place, no.
Okay. I mean,
It's real.
want this to be real. You think that you're so confident
is.
this is real? Yeah?
Oh my
What,
god,
have
are
you
you
been?
kidding?
Are you a regular member?
Where do you think I'm flying out to tomorrow?
Okay, so you're 100% real. Oh man, that's a good description writing if that's not real. Fantastic really got me. I'm gonna go real. Wow.
We locked in together, and I'm sorry, incorrect. This is entirely a fictitious production of Diego plus ChatGPT for
No.
Oh god.
And for all the fake ones that I got from Diego, I did go Google around to see if I could find like the same convention with just like a slightly different name, or like, oh, it does exist, because I didn't want to give you like, it's actually called Sharknado or something like that. It's like,
yeah.
I could not find a convention of this sort up there.
Damn it! I was gonna say not real, and then your confidence threw me, Omar. You were so confident that I was like, oh my gosh, it has to be okay. Fine. Wow.
We live in a world where Shark Week exists. How could this not exist?
Right. But see, that would make sense if it was like a shark con, like a con that was all about like just loving sharks. And then like Sharknado had like a booth there or something.
Right.
A booth?
But a whole thing about Sharknado does seem like a little
fishy.
I mean, how many of those
you probably
movies
couldn't get off the
they
ground
make?
because there have been a lot of those, but at the same time,
Yeah.
the cast you're looking at is a relatively limited pool, so you're always drawing on the same few folks for it. So makes sense that I couldn't find one, but.
All right, let's get this next one.
Next one up is Be Kind with Ellen fans. Enter a world of love and positivity at Be Kind with Ellen fans, the ultimate convention dedicated to celebrating the incredible impact of kindness. Engage with like-minded individuals who gather to share inspiring stories, exchange transformative ideas, and ignite change. Experience the enchantment of compassion at Be Kind with Ellen fans, and join a vibrant community dedicated to cultivating a brighter, kinder world.
And the cover's Kiwis.
I like the mission, okay, I guess.
Okay.
But I feel like that kind of kindness, like over the top kindness, is exhausting. That sounds awful.
So you're saying no because you don't want it to be true?
I'm gonna say no. I think that doesn't exist, and especially maybe Ellen is huge, but wasn't she outed as being very, very not kind
Hey,
to her staff?
Sandeep, bringing up people's past can be at times unkind. I would just like to ask two words of you.
Yeah.
Be kind.
Got him. All right.
Okay.
I'm saying it's real. I'm 100% saying it's real.
Omar is saying real
is fake.
Sandeep is locked in this fake. In reality, gentlemen, it is fake.
Yes.
Are you kidding me with this?
Yeah, there is a subscription box called Be Kind, which is where the origin of the name for this came from. So that's why I was able to come up with a better graphic for this one than the last fake con. But
imagine how insufferable that convention would be. Fucking awful. Everyone just getting the door for each other. You're just like, can someone go through the fucking door?
Yeah, there's just a line out the door because nobody wants to be first through because they're all fighting over who's going to hold the door.
After you,
never stops playing, so everyone's just dancing.
They're always dancing
constantly.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're in line at the ATM. Can you please just punch in your numbers and stop dancing?
Okay, the next one up is the Redhead Days Festival. Come together to commiserate with others who have spent a lifetime being asked if the curtains match the drapes. Thousands of redheads flock to this event each year, which includes live music, food vendors, a petting zoo, and a bounce house for all ages.
No.
A bounce house?
Obviously, for all
why would
ages.
they-
First of all, that's illegal. Second of all, that's you can't have
Why
that.
is that? Why is that the signature thing that you put in your description?
First of all, that's not a convention. That's just a park.
That's a
Second
park.
of all,
Yeah, exactly. Bounce houses aren't that hard to get. Like you don't need to like headline your convention with the bounce house. Oh man.
second of all no, it can't be.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say Felicia must absolutely headline it at this convention.
That's what I'm thinking. Is you would mention your guest lineup. I'm saying no. I'm voting no.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it's real. I'm gonna go it's real. Purely because I want it to be real. And they're not gonna do 3 fakes in a row. I'm going real.
Okay. As it happens, this is real. Redhead Days Festival. So this is done sometime in July in Chicago, Illinois. It's based off the Netherlands Redhead Festival, which is a larger gathering that also happens
So
in
there's
the Netherlands.
multiple.
So there's in fact,
multiple.
There's another much larger, much more well-known one with that's just called the Redhead Festival. But Redhead Days Festival is also an actual thing. So again, like, if it's fake, I use ChatGPT for the description, but I did not. If it's a real one, you get the real description. So
Hold on, I'm
So
sorry.
it's just like
that's the real. Yeah, a
in
bounce house.
Chicago, you have people with 0 melatonin coming out. This seems like a trap.
it's just a bunch of like Deborah Messing heads. I'm a huge messing head, man.
Messing it.
Yeah. I don't know.
In
Ed
the
Sheeran,
Motorhead
isn't he
font.
redhead too? I'm like,
Yeah.
Who's headlining at these things?
Who's flying into Chicago in July? Okay.
Amazing.
All right.
Okay. You
All right,
got some
so
catching
anyone's
up to do
game.
there, buddy.
Yeah, you're really gonna like you're at just game-wise strategy at this point. You're gonna have to start just going opposite of Sandeep because if you keep choosing the same thing, you can't catch up. So
Okay.
Okay, so I'll answer
there's
first.
a little bit of
so you
metagaming
can-
situation here where
Yeah.
All right, next up we have the California Mermaid Convention.
Specifically California, huh?
Yeah,
Okay,
join our
description?
California Mermaid Convention
Real.
community during a 3-day
Real.
mermaid extravaganza. Bring
Real.
old friends, meet new ones during the longest-running
Real.
mermaid event on the West Coast.
Real.
From swim play to costuming, shopping and entertainment, the convention is something for everyone. Gather around the pool with your fellow aquatic creatures and enjoy a time so fun Ariel might have reconsidered wanting those legs.
I'm gonna say 100% real.
Then I say fake.
Okay, and I'm gonna say it's real only because I can't remember which convention it was, but there were a lot of mermaids swimming in the pool, and they convinced me to get into a mermaid thing, and I swam in the pool at a mermaid. It wasn't a mermaid convention; it was another convention, but they seemed very enthusiastic about their mermaidness, and they were good at it. By the way, it's not easy to swim in a mermaid bottom.
Sure.
And I feel like their passion. I think they made it happen. I think they have a California Mermaid Convention. Yeah. Let's see.
I'm saying fake because mechanically I have to.
All right. As
But
it
do you
happens,
believe it's real?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
As it happens, this is real. There is
Yeah.
indeed a California Mermaid Convention, and it is also real. They're pointing out that it's on the West Coast because there's actually another one in Key West, Florida. In fact, the first draft of this I got back had like a side-by-side thing, and I had to scrap the side-by-side one because it had this versus the Florida Mermaid Convention. And there is one. It's just not called the Florida Mermaid Convention. It's called the Key West one. But this is apparently a
Okay.
very widespread, popular convention thing to do.
All
mean,
right, let's do.
I just want to say a pool full of mermaids at night at a like hotel or whatever, like a nice hotel is like kind of the most when especially when you are a few drinks in, maybe some other substances. It's pretty it's pretty trippy. It's a pretty trippy experience. Looking at the mermaids. I like stumbled onto it and I was like, what is happening? It was
Hey,
awesome.
let's do one last one, but winner takes all. How do you feel about that, Sandeep? It's
Why
pretty
would
neck to
I
neck right
agree to
now.
that?
It's
Absolutely.
pretty neck to neck.
So, to his bet, I want to point out. So, on the whole list I've got, there are 5 more on the list available. So this is basically winner takes all because if you get ahead by one more, Omar can't catch up.
Let's just do like a lightning round.
Lightning round. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
okay.
won't.
Okay.
Little
so
commentary.
We just
All
real or fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next one up here is ShrekFest, the ultimate celebration of
Yes.
love, laughter, and everyone's
Real.
favorite green ogre.
100%
Fake.
real.
Omar's
think it's
saying
probably
real.
real,
You're
but
saying
put a
fake.
fake. Yeah. For Omar's sake, I'm saying fake.
It is.
I'm
It
in.
is indeed
I'm in.
real. It was
Let's keep
actually
going.
based where I'm currently at in Madison, Wisconsin for a long time. It's now based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It started because somebody put up a hoax Facebook post about a ShrekFest, and people showed up
And
for it,
happened.
and it wasn't real. And they were
I
so
love
upset
that.
about that, but enough people showed up for it that they went, you know what, we're going to make
Like,
this a real
let's
thing.
fucking do it. I
Yeah,
love
so
that.
then they made a real one, and it's been going on for a good number of
Let's
years.
do it.
They had to do some
real
relocation stuff
ShrekFest.
during the pandemic, but other than that, yeah.
It's weird that Mike Myers showed up to that. He really needed it.
Okay,
All right.
next up, Superhero Psychic Symposium. It's lightning round, so I'm just giving you the first sentence on all these.
Yeah.
Celebrate the unsung heroes of the superhero world, the Sidekicks.
Fake.
Oh
Fake.
shit! You said fake.
You're both. I mean,
Yeah.
you can both. You can both say fake.
No,
I
I'll
just
say
need to
I'll
get
say
a point.
real. I'll say real.
All right, Omar saying fake. Sandeep is
Yeah.
saying real. It is indeed fake.
All right, the first one I get wrong on this.
Yeah,
It will-
if you get one
yeah.
wrong, then that's it, and Sandeep's
Listen,
got run away with the
I'm
game.
not
Yeah,
gonna
we're
give you the
get
whole
a full
thing.
run.
I'll let it get close, but
Give me the whole thing. I'm taking this. It doesn't matter if you
Let's
win
go.
by inch or a
Let's
mile.
go.
Let's go.
All right, next up is Hat-a-Palooza. Let your creativity run wild at a convention
Real.
where the only rule is that your hat must be outrageous.
Real.
Fake.
100% real.
I'm sorry, Omar.
Is
Fake.
this how I lose? Hat-a-Palooza?
This is how you lose. Hat-a-Palooza.
Hat-a-Palooza, you're out.
Yeah, the screenshot is actually just from a school activity where people were wearing fun hats, so that's school activity. This is not actually from a convention. Sorry.
I am
Brutal,
so
man.
upset.
Right.
Way to go. What a sad one to go out on too.
All right. I'm gonna go. So we only got one
You're right.
left on the list. We might as well cover it
10-gallon loser.
so we can see.
Okay, let's just do this. Winner takes all. Winner takes all. Here we go.
Wait, what? I don't agree with this, but go ahead.
All right. The last one is Frozen Dead Guy Days. Festival goers can expect the weird and wonderful happenings from years past, including coffin races, a polar plunge. There's plenty of new and
Real.
elevated twists, like a Frostbite fashion show,
Real.
roaming freak show acts, a bands and bloody study brunch, and more. I'm giving you the first sentence. That long run-on sentence was the first sentence.
Real.
I mean, I guess I'll say fake for drama.
It's winner take all. You're gonna say that for drama?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I'll say real, but then there's no drama. The game's like, why would I do that?
Okay. Well, what are you going with then?
I care about the people. I'll say fake,
Okay.
but I think it's real.
It is real. Frozen Dead Guy Days. This originated from a Norwegian man who wanted to
Wow.
be cryogenically frozen when he
What a
passed.
comeback.
So his body was shipped from Norway to Oakland, California, to then to his children's place in Colorado. They've since made it illegal to store a dead human body at your house in there, but he's been grandfathered in. So
They've since made it legal.
they've
illegal.
since made it illegal. Yeah. There were some issues there. There were some people getting deported, and then they found
I'm
like,
sure
oh,
there are some issues that people are like, hey,
Yeah.
technically not illegal. So what are you going to do about it?
yeah, he's cryogenically
Snip.
frozen, and we're keeping here in the shed under a cold cover. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah,
we
so
got the
that's
right.
that's the basis.
We got
of
the
Frozen
right
Dead Guy
fridge. We got the right fridge for
Oh
this.
my gosh.
You can't tell us to not keep Walt
Oh.
Disney's head.
Games. All right. Well, congratulations to Omar with the semi-legitimate come from behind win there at the end.
Yeah.
Back from the dead. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Heavy on the semi.
That'll take us over to Daisy of the Week.
All
This week-
right.
Since we were talking all about conventions, we figured we'd spotlight some cool Daisies hosting their own fake events. This week, our Daisies of the Week are Bilal, Nasir, and Samar, Iqbal. There is a growing trend of South Asian students at U.S. universities holding pretend weddings known as mock shadi.
Amazing.
One
This is
couple
amazing.
was Bilal Nasir and Samar Iqbal.
This is mind-boggling. So this is on
Yes.
March 3rd, 2023. Bilal rides to the venue, which is at Columbia University. They They
Mm-hmm.
took out the low library on a bejeweled white horse, as we do at the Barat, wearing a golden sherwani. Meanwhile, Samar was dressed in a traditional garara and dupatta,
Mm-hmm.
and in a Shakespearean twist, he was a boy from New York University, and she was the girl from Columbia.
Oh.
And it was the association's largest event. How was their twist? Okay, I'm just reading the copy. It was the association's largest event of the semester. That's crazy. With the students who had never been involved with the school's South Asian college groups turning up in droves, and apparently this is happening across. There's happening at other schools. They're doing these fake, huge
Desi weddings.
Desi shadis, and this is.
That's amazing.
I don't know. This is wild. I'm surprised I haven't been invited. Frankly, I'm pretty upset about it.
I would love to be invited. Maybe we could do a speech at the next one.
Yeah, for sure. Or do some garbaras or something. I mean, there's like, I can't imagine. Like, there's already such a long at any Indian wedding. There's already such a long lineup of like shows where like literally every cousin has to do a dance or whatever, and you're like, okay, cool. It's the 7th dance of the night. I can't imagine at a college party like how long that like talent showcase must be. Like they're like, now let's do a mock debate. Like, I mean, what the
Oh my god.
must be so long and crazy.
I love that. So Samar, Bilal, we salute you. You are the Desis of the week.
Congratulations.
And folks, that's our show. As always, if you want to see our lovely faces, all the VOD and other ways you can hang out with us are in the show notes. Please rate and comment. It really helps us out. Go to where you listen to the podcast, rate it, leave a comment, because that helps us so much. But hey, if you want to give us a comment, suggestion, feedback, or any other message directly sent to us, hit us up at abcdpodcastshow@gmail.com or hop in our Discord. Thank you very much.
All right. And so last shout out to our sponsors, DesiQuest, the TTRPG that stars us and some other great folks. It's going to be great. Go to DesiQuest.com to sign up for that mailing list, and we'll give you up-to-the-minute news about the show.
Yes. Now it's time for us to thank some folks who are near and dear to our heart. Isn't that right?
That's right. As
It's
always,
time to
here's my...
thank-
Oh, yeah, please.
Well, I was just going to say, it's time to thank the
Lead me in, baby.
patrons who keep
Yeah.
us going.
The last people I'd like to thank are the Patreons who put money into our bank, which include Joshua Orion, Talby M. Carlo, Wuzak, Benjamin Lowe, Hunter P. Brown, Miranda Hollinger, Vaden, Michael Long, Christina Romero, Danny's Corner, Raylan Fox, Selena B., Adam Nickerson, Nibish Heretic, Nervous Rex, Sarah H., Grassy Santa Cruz, Detective Katuplet, Jeremy O'Brien, Pete Russell, Veruca Salt, Faroon, Moldy Vort, Ali Oxenfree, Philip Dyson, Kathleen Schleichel, Ducati, Reverend Catino. And then you know this girl. She's got the spark. That's our friend Laura Clark. And we love Scribbles and Flapjacks. They're the best. And the last thing about this guy, he's got a gorgeous face. The sexiest man in Ohio. His name is the real Brandon Pace.
That's right. The show's produced by Diego Now. This
Like
is
half
the
of the
director and
podcast is that.
It's Devin Neville. The show's executive producers are Sandeep Parikh and Anand Shah. This is edited by Sean Mayer. Music by Harshal Sisodia, Jasvir Singh, and Malik Zaveri. This has been an EffinFunny production. On behalf of our co-host Sandeep Parikh, I've been your host, Omar Najam. May your chakras be aligned and smothered in chutney.
Mm-mm-mm.